What is going on, YouTube? PPS back. It is Sunday. It is the 20th of March. We are in the last round of 32 games here. And I'm very excited to get into today's slate. Yesterday, obviously, didn't do too great on the free plays. I went 0-2 on the free plays. Honestly, yesterday was pretty good overall for me. UFC, I think I made like 7 units on UFC, and then college basketball is so profitable. Just my free plays have not been where they need to be. Um, I mean, it's just been like back and forth. Like KJ Williams was my bet yesterday, gets in foul trouble. My other option that I was going to go with was Drew Timmy rebounds, and he had double what I was needing. It's just been one of those for these free plays, and I owe you guys a couple good ones. And I think that these ones are. I really like both of these spots. One of them I'm actually not even in the NCAA tournament for it. I'm actually in the NIT for it today. So, yeah, I just kind of owe you guys. We need to get back into the winning ways that we've been used to. Obviously, I feel great about every spot that I play. Like the New Mexico State Arkansas game, it missed by what 30. Arkansas hits overs in 7 straight games. I mean, I've watched New Mexico State miss about 8 layups. I'm not saying it should have hit, but it should have been a lot closer than that. And the scores, obviously, getting DMs from guys. Oh my God, this is terrible. Like, obviously, I know it's terrible. I'm losing the money with you. It's not like I'm not betting these myself. I just wanted to get that out of the way from a few of the DMs I got yesterday. But yeah, I mean, like, we're trusting these guys to be able to put the ball in the hole, and sometimes they can't. And that's just the way it goes. And I stand by all my research and all my numbers. And I'm ready to get right back into this one. So if you could, please drop a like, guys. We'll get this thing rolling. So first one I'm going to start out with is Miami and Auburn. Okay, so this is Miami Auburn first over. I've been riding in Auburn in a bit. Auburn is fantastic offensively. Obviously, Jabari Smith, KD Johnson. If this was USC, I would have probably taken the under, to be honest. Auburn does have a hard time shooting the ball from the three-point line. They shoot like 33%. But in this matchup with Miami cannot guard the 2-point. They can't guard anything inside the arc. USC is the second best in 2-point percentage. So I would have taken USC to win this game. But Miami can't guard inside the paint. We're going to have Jabari Smith, obviously, I think should be the number one pick here. But we're looking at Miami's defense, and they just struggle. 71 points allowed, 330 in the country, and 2-point percentage allowed. In Auburn, 24th in the country at 79.5 points, shooting in the mid, pretty much in the middle of everything besides 3-point where they're really low. But they're a very good offensive rebounding team. Miami struggles on the defensive rebounding glass. I think that's going to be an issue there. I think Auburn does their job. I think they get to about 80 in this one. And then defensively, I was not very impressed with Auburn through the SEC tournament. They guard the paint well, but Miami can shoot. Miami can shoot threes very well, top 100 in that stat, top 60 in free throws, average 75 points per game, top 30 in 2-point percentage. I mean, Miami's offense is very nice. Obviously, Isaiah Wong fouled out of their last game, so that one was kind of tough to see the end of there. But they're a very good offensive team. Isaiah Wong is obviously their number one guy, but pace in this game should be there. Auburn is 40th in the nation in pace, and like I said, 23rd in offensive efficiency. Miami will get a nice 3-possession boost in pace here, and I think that this game stays close enough for us to get the late game fouls. It's that 7-point spread where I kind of like it in that 5 to 7. I think that we get a good spot here for late fouls. I think Jabari Smith is a complete mismatch every single spot here against Miami. And I don't really see a way that Miami, with the pace that they're going to be having in there and with the up and down tempo and transition baskets, I think that Miami will be able to find a way to keep this game relatively close. I don't see Auburn blowing out this team. Auburn, I'm honestly a little bit lower on than most people. I don't think they're a 2 seed. Honestly, I really don't. Just their inability to shoot. A team that has some bigs and a team that runs maybe a zone, I think would be able to take care of these guys. But obviously, they're extremely talented. I'm not a huge Katie Johnson fan, but I think Jabari Smith is the goods, man. He is very, very nice. And there, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for 25 tonight. So I like the over 144 here. Pace, spread, numbers just feel good. I think that this number is pretty nice that they're giving us here. I did like to see that Miami is actually on a neutral court, 2-1 to the over. Obviously, the USC game did not go over, but that was not. I mean, they still scored 68 points on a very good defense. But Boston College went over and Duke went over on a neutral court, and then obviously Jacksonville State went over by 1 in the last game for Auburn there. So. Yeah, I'm very excited. I like this game. I'm curious how it's going to go. I'm curious what Miami's going to do to combat Jabari Smith. But if we look into numbers this year overall on neutral floors, Miami's actually 6-1 to the over. Auburn is 4-2 to the over on a neutral floor. So obviously this is a neutral floor. Trends lean our way here, and I just think that this game is going to be a fun one to watch. And yeah, I'm excited for it. All right, guys. Quick little heads up, I'm going to be heading over to the NIT now. Okay, so if you guys could please, again, hit that subscribe button. We're at like about, I think, 1,030 or so. We're pushing for that 1,100 every single day, trying to put out more content for you guys. So we're going to the NIT, guys. And one of my teams, my Wagons, is over there. Northern Colorado has been fantastic to me, and I don't think there's a reason not to go back there. This is going to be a game of absolutely zero defense. They're playing Florida Atlantic here. Florida Atlantic, 165 in tempo, adjusted defense. In the middle of the pack here. Nothing too crazy here. I'll get into a little bit more in-depth stats there, but obviously you guys know I've been backing Northern Colorado quite a bit this season. They are 86 in offensive efficiency. They are 328 in adjusted defense, and they're 54 fastest team in the country on the season. Oop. Sorry about that, guys. It's actually getting nice here in Wisconsin, so my allergies are kicking back in. On the season, Northern Colorado 22-10 to the over. Florida Atlantic 18-11 to the over. So the over sits well here. Overall, Northern Colorado's 27th in the country in points per game. They're 11th in three-point shooting. And they're 20th in two-point shooting. Looking at Florida Atlantic's defense, they cannot guard the three-point line. They're 314 in three-point percentage defense. They're 239 in two-point defense. And then you go to Northern Colorado side, they're absolutely awful on defense. They're giving up 77 points per game. That's 30th worst in the country. They're giving up the two-point line or the two-point percentage at 46%. That's 318 in the country. And they give up the three at, 339 in the country in defensive three-point percentage at 37%. You go over to Florida Atlantic, that's what they're good at. 45% from the two-point, 35% from the three-point. Jesus, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a fun game. Like I said, there's going to be no points or no defense here at all. Dalen Kuntz should have his plate full here tonight. I think he's going to absolutely cook these guys. I love backing Northern Colorado. I just think that their game literally screams overs just from a defensive standpoint. They can't guard anybody, like anybody. I've watched a lot of Big Sky this year, guys, and their defense is as bad as it sounds here. Looking at here again, Florida Atlantic's 2-0 to the over in a neutral. And if you look at day games too, because it'll be a day game, 10-6 combined here. I mean, everywhere we go, really, it's going to be a pretty nice number everywhere. Looking at numbers here from first halves, both teams are over 35 points per game scored in the first half. And we're sitting at both defenses allowing about 34 points per game in the first half. So I think those all add up to getting us to a good number here. I'm surprised that it's only at 155. I thought it'd be a little bit higher just because Northern Colorado games usually do get that little bit of bias juice, like extra 2 points, just because they find a way to blow games. They find a way to keep games close. They find a way to just let teams stick around if they're better than them, and if they're worse, they just find a way to stay close. It's just they really don't have that many blowout games, and yeah, I think that this is a very fun game to watch. I think this first half is going to be fast. In these NITs, I usually lean more to the first half just because some teams do actually want to win these games and actually try on defense in the second half. So do lean the first half here in this one. So I'll be playing this for 1.5 units. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Again, if you guys could please drop a like, drop in this free content. I just want you guys to enjoy it and cash in on a couple more tickets with me. So thank you guys for tuning in. Again, we're going with Northern Colorado first half, and we're going with Miami over 144. So thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day. Best of luck on your bets, and go back.